Hey. Welcome, everybody. Dustin Harris hanging out with you solo today. No guest. I want to talk about something that I think is pretty important. This comes on the heels of doing my first Appraiser Academy meeting. Actually happened this morning. And as of this recording, I know this will come out a couple weeks later, but our first Appraiser Academy meeting was this morning. It was well attended, lots of great feedback, lots of great questions. We had a great online interactive meeting. We talked, first of all, about rethinking your appraisal business and how to make more money as a real estate appraiser. And then the second portion, we did a lot of question and answering. And in both the first part and the second part, this topic came up that I realized I had never done a podcast on. And so that's why the podcast today. I thought, you know what? No time better than the present to talk about what is and this is a concept that I've talked about a lot, actually, and that is A clients, B clients, and Y clients. And I know I kind of explained that a little bit, but I want to go into more depth today so that when I talk about A, B, and Y clients, that everybody understands and knows what I'm talking about. Okay, first of all, I want to remind you that we are sponsored by Working RE Magazine. Folks, talk about great information about our profession, about what's going on in the appraisal world. Check out Working RE Magazine, workingre.com. Again, you can go to workingre.com and get more information there. We are also sponsored by DATAMASTer. DATAMASTer, of course, is the ability to be able to download and have that information go right to your appraisal software. Whatever your appraisal software is, DATAMASTer will do that for you, and it's a huge benefit. So just go to DATAMASTer freetrial.com/coach. Again, it's DATAMASTERfreetrial.com/coach for more information. And finally, we are sponsored, of course, by the great company that I use for my software, and that is Alamode. We talked a lot about Alamode today. Man, did we talk about Alamode. And I was pretty bold this morning about the software that I use, and there's a reason I use it. It makes me very efficient, very effective at what I do. You should be using it as well. Just go to alamode.com or 800. You can call them 800 Alamode. Okay, folks, you've heard me talk about A clients, Y clients, B clients, C clients, D clients. What the heck am I talking about? All right. Let's talk about this. Let's back up first before we go there. Let's lay a foundation. The foundation is this. We hear a lot about customary and reasonable fees. We hear a lot about crappy clients. We hear a lot about AMCs, and there's a lot of complaint online about the world that we live in, the AMC debacle, if you will, and what's going on in the world of AMCs. And man, I sure want to be a good appraiser. I sure want to be effective. I sure want to be successful as an appraiser. But, I don't know how to deal with this whole process of the AMCs paying low, asking for, the high-end stuff, as far as a lot of work to do for what we're getting paid. Hey, I get it. I've worked there for many, many years. I get it. I understand. It's a problem. I'm not going to discount that, right? But here's the thing. As a libertarian, I have to step back and say, how much of this is you? How much of this is on you? Now, I'm not saying you can change. And you can't change the whole system overnight. Okay, we talked about that today. The ability that you have to make change and the ability that you don't have to make change. Right? There's certain things that you can do, and there's certain things that you just can't do. I get that. I understand that. That being said, what is customary and reasonable for the marketplace may not be what is customary and reasonable for you. At what point, folks, do we take the reins into our own hands and say, you know what, I'm in charge of this horse. I'm driving this horse. And my peers may be doing crap for $350, but guess what? I'm going to set my bar at $400. That's the minimum I'm going to do for a very cookie cutter subdivision appraisal. And if that's your choice as a business owner, guess what? Now that becomes your customary and reasonable. That becomes your standard. That becomes where you set your process as far as I'm going to do this and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do what my peers are doing. I'm going to do what I think is important. And that is I'm going to set my fees here, or I'm going to set my turn time here, or I'm going to set my ability to do certain things as far as the engagement, the scope of work, if you will. Folks, guess who's in charge of all that? You in combination with your client gets to decide that. And I think it's important for you to step back every once in a while and say, what am I in charge of as an appraiser? What can I do? What will I do? And what decisions can I make that are going to be beneficial to me? That is where we're really going to set the bar here today. And that is, you have the ability to make a choice. You have the ability to be able to decide what you will and what you won't do. Guess what? You always have. Those of you are saying, yeah, Dustin, you're talking pre-HVCC stuff. No, I'm not. I'm talking you as a business owner have an opportunity to decide what your fees are going to be, what your turn time is going to be. Oh, Dustin, come on. Talk realistic here. You can say that all day long, but those dang AMCs are going to turn that appraisal order over to you only if you accept a 175 fee or 225 or 275. They're not going to give it to you otherwise. Yeah, they're not. And those are crappy clients that we're going to talk about and what you do with those crappy clients, okay? In other words, the foundation that I wanted to lay here today is that you have a decision to make as an appraiser. No, let me repeat that. You have a decision to make as an appraisal business owner. Remember, you wear the CEO cap first and the technician cap second. Yes, you need to be a great appraiser. Yes, you need to have high quality. Yes, you need to cross your T's and dot your I's. No problem with that. I highly recommend you do that, okay? But I also highly recommend that you first look at this appraisal thing that you've got going as a business first, and then as yourself as a technician second. In other words, if you want to be successful, you have to step up and make the hard decisions that will allow you to be a great business owner. Okay. And some of those decisions have to do with the types of clients that you work with. And that's really the topic of what I want to discuss today. What is an A client? What is a B client? And what is a Y client? What I'm going to do is handle the A and B first. We'll take a break at that point, and then we're going to come back for the Y client section. Okay. A clients. A clients are pretty much what you think they would be. Okay. An A client is a top prime client. Okay, I'll tell you, they're not actually a client. Okay, well, they kind of are. VA, Veterans Administration, they are an A-plus client in my mind. Okay, I've been working for them for years. They are great to work with. Never had a problem with them. Even when I had a complaint by one of my homeowners, the VA backed me up. Thank you, VA. It took a little explanation, and once I gave that explanation, here's the great thing about VA. They get appraisers. They understand appraisers. They like appraisers. They speak your language. Customary and reasonable. Yeah. The fees here in Idaho just went way up in the last little while. Thank goodness. Thank you, VA. I love VA. I really do. I've worked for them for years. I really appreciate what they do for appraisers. They're great to work with. I'm going to call them an A client. Now, some are saying, well, Dustin, VA doesn't actually order the appraisal. It actually comes through another client. I get it. Okay. And you got to be a little bit loosey-goosey with the terms here, okay? I have other A clients as well. Well, hell, I'll just throw it out there. Zions Bank. It's a local bank. It's not an AMC, and they're an A client in my mind. Red Sky, that is an AMC, A client. Home Street Bank, A client. They pay me well. They get it. They allow trainees to go out on inspections. Hello, hallelujah. They speak my language. They're not giving me a bunch of crap that I have to deal with. I love working for Home Street Bank. I love working for Red Sky. There's other A clients out there. Okay. Now I will tell you this. When we talk B clients, we'll talk about what that means here in just a second, but I want to give you some numbers. When we talk B clients, I would say B clients are a majority of the clients that I work with. Yeah, I know. Dustin, why don't you just focus on your A clients? Yeah, I try to, but guess what? There's not that many of them out there. The numbers just don't bear out, right? When we're dating here, okay, we're talking about, these are 8, 9, and 10s, right? There's not a lot of them out there. And there's certainly not a lot of them out there that like me, right? Love you, hun. You are a 10. So here's the thing, folks. There's not a ton of A clients out there. But I do focus on them, and I do spend my time. I'm going to give precedence. If 2 orders come in a day, and one of them's for an A client, one of them's for a B client, guess which one I'm going to get scheduled first? Guess which one I'm going to put priority on? Guess which one I'm going to spend time doing the write-up first and pulling the comps first and giving the updates first and everything else? Am I going to give them priority? Absolutely I am. You bet I am. I love A clients. I'm going to give them my time and attention because I love what they can do for me. Okay. And I love what I can do for them. It's a great relationship. A clients are, here's the definition, clients which pay well, have low stipulations, speak your language, are easy to work with, easy to upload reports to. Okay? Don't have a lot of revision requests. They pay on time. They don't wait 45, 60, 90 days to pay. They're not a pain in my butt. Okay? A clients are the clients that I choose to work for most. They're the ones I like to work for most. That's an A client for you. Okay? And you should pick up as many A clients as possible because they're great, 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 great to work with. Okay? That's an A client. What are B clients? Again, I told you that B clients actually make up a majority of my client base. B clients. B clients are okay to work with. I'm not going to give you names because they would be offended at this. I actually had an AMC reach out to me, heard me refer to an A client, B client, and Y client on a podcast once. And they actually reached out to me because they're a client of, I work with them. They're one of my clients. And they reached out and they said, are we an A, B, or a Y client? And I said, well, you're not a Y client for obvious reasons. But I'll be honest with you, you're a B client. And they said, why? We want to be an A client. And I said, the fact that you asked the question actually bumped you up to a B plus right now, right? And we talked about what it would take to get them to an A client status. It's very clear in my mind. As an appraiser, I run the ship. I drive the horse. I've got the reins in my hands. It's as important to make sure that you understand what an A client is, what a B client is, and what a Y client is. Because as a business owner, you have to make a decision on a daily basis which ones you're going to not only work for, but as we talked about earlier, give priority to. So what is a B client? Again, I'm not going to give you the names of my B clients, okay? But they're the majority of the AMCs that I work for. They're not fabulatos. They're not wonderfully, I'm making up words. They're not incredible-ish. They're okay. They pay maybe a little less than other clients. Maybe they pay well, but they are slow to pay. Maybe it does take them 45 days to pay. That would put them in the B client category. Maybe they pay well, they pay fast, but they have 6-page engagement letters. Okay, that would put them in a B status. Now, some appraisers would say, you know what, I don't work for those kind of companies. Great. My hat goes off to you. You are a business owner and you got your big boy pants on, your big girl panties on, and you said, yeah, I don't work for those types of clients. Great. That's wonderful. Good for you. Hurrah. And I don't mean that sarcastic. I know that sounded sarcastic. I really mean it. Good for you. As a business owner, you're making good decisions, okay? But I've decided to work for B clients. I've decided if I want to do the type of volume that I do in my business that I have to work for B clients because, again, there's only so many 10s out there, right? My wife being one of them. So you have to decide what you're gonna do and what you're not going to do. Now, what does a B client look like? Again, they're kind of good and they're kind of crappy. They make me angry. They say things sometimes and I go, what the hell are you serious? Did you really just ask that question? These are some of the things that B clients do, and it drives me nuts, right? But here's the thing. They still paid me. They still give me work. Maybe they're a pain in the butt to upload the report. There's a couple companies out there, who you are. They go through this process of reviews that you've got to go through, the yellows and the reds and the greens and all of this stuff. You've got to go through these warning lights and these hard stops that it sometimes takes 30, 45, an hour to get a report upload. This is after the report's all done, right? That's going to put you automatically in the B status. You got that kind of an upload crappy system. I get it helps you. I get it. It makes it more cost effective on your side because you don't have to review that report like you would otherwise. I get it. You're a business owner too. I'm not knocking you for it, but I'm telling you that knocks you into the B client status, right? Or let's say that, my standard fee is $450 and I've got a client that'll pay me $375 for a standard. Okay. I've got to decide, am I going to do that? Maybe. But I still have to make that decision as a business owner. But if I make that decision as a business owner, I can pretty much make the decision that you are a B client. Okay. You're not paying me like some will. It's really hard to be an A client and not allow trainees to do inspections. Guess what? Zach Dawson, Fannie Mae said it was okay. Fannie Mae came out with that memo recently. It always has been okay. Why aren't these AMCs jumping on board? I don't know. It's ticking me off, right? But I'll tell you, when an AMC goes from not allowing a trainee to allowing a trainee, there's a whole lot of other crap that I can deal with, that I will deal with, in order to, and maybe they're a B plus client, maybe they're an A minus client at that point. I don't know. But I'm going to put up with a lot more if you're going to allow my trainees to get out there and do some work. Okay? So A client is prime clients. These are people I love to work with. They're not perfect. I still deal with some crap every once in a while, but for the most part, they pay well. They pay quickly. They have low scope of work. They have few revision requests. They don't require me to get this appraisal turned in 2 days or less. Those are the types of clients that I'm going to give priority to, and that I'm going to work with, and I'm going to tout here on the podcast. Okay, I gave you 2 of them already, right? Number 2 is B clients. That's the majority of my clients. If I got rid of them, I couldn't do the business that I'm doing. So as a business owner, I've chosen to work with B clients. I have to deal with some crap to do it. I have to deal with some late payments. I have to deal with some lower fees. I have to deal with some increased scope of work stuff, okay? But I'm willing to do it to an extent. Now, what extent? That's what we're going to talk about when we get back from the break. First, I want to remind you we are sponsored by Alamode Software. Oh boy, folks, I cannot tell you all of the things that Alamode does for me. Let me just tell you a couple. They have this thing called the Smart Adjuster, which is awesome. The ability to be able to go into your grid. You've got side by side. You can look at all of your comps, all of them. Yes, all of them. You got 13 comps. You can look at them all on one page. It's incredible. And you can quickly go through. If you like to make adjustments, sometimes like I do, where when I make an adjustment for lot size, boom, comp 1, comp 2, comp 3, comp 4. I'm not talking about across the board adjustments. I'm talking about going from comp 1 to comp 2 to comp 3, that I don't adjust I don't adjust vertically, but I adjust horizontally. You know what I'm talking about? Alamode allows me to do that. Not only that, but I can put formulas in there and it will automatically adjust them. Now, is it your responsibility to check them and make sure they're right? Sure. But anything I can use technologically that's going to improve my efficiency, I'm going to use it. And that's what I get with Alamode. Folks, you should try them at alamode.com, or you can call them and talk to a salesman. They'll tell you all about Alamode and the great features that you can utilize. Again, it's alamode.com or 800 Alamode. Okay. DATAMASTer. Talk about technology that allows me to do more with less. How about saving 30 to 60 minutes a report? Let's just call it around 45. Folks, I am not exaggerating. Time yourself next time. How much time after you've picked the comps? We're not even talking about picking the comps. How much time does it take you to enter those comps into your grid? Not to mention do the MC sheet, not to mention input all of the subject information such as the legal description, the RP number, the owner name, all of this stuff that we put in there manually. How much time does that take you? I guarantee it takes you about 45 minutes, or it takes one of your staff members about 45 minutes. Time it. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. DATAMASTer does that for you within seconds. Check them out. Go to DATAMASTERfreetrial.com/coach, and you can get 14 days without paying. Unlimited downloads. If DATAMASTer is in your MLS area, check them out. Use them. It's DATAMASTERfreetrial.com/coach. Okay, folks, finally, we are sponsored by Working RE Magazine. Love Working RE. I get their print magazine once a quarter, and I read it cover to cover. I love it. I love the ads in there. I love the articles in there, Isaac and David and the guests that are in there. I love the information that they have to offer. Richard Hager is a guest host in there every once in a while, a columnist. Learn great things from Richard as well. There's some great things happening at workingre.com as well, webinars. Folks, if you want to be a better appraiser, CE credits you can get right online through Working RE Magazine. Check them out. If you've not got on their mailing list, make sure that you are so that you get their print magazine. But also check out their digital. Go to workingre.com. That's working RE is in real estate, workingre.com for more information. All right, folks, we are back. We're talking today about A clients, B clients, and Y clients. We've already talked about A and B clients. I work with both of them. So then the question comes, well, Dustin, what about C clients? What about D clients? Let me talk to you about C clients and D clients, because C clients are actually automatically Y clients. Here's the thing. I love working with A clients, as I mentioned. I've got several of them. I could probably count on one hand the number of A clients that I have. Okay. VA is one of them, even though they're not officially a client, they're still one of them. Okay. Home Street is another one. I love working with Home Street. Red Sky, another A client. I could give you one or two others if I really thought about it. Okay. These are my A clients. These are my go-to clients. These are the ones that I'm going to give priority to because they're great to work with. What did I say? Home Street Bank. Great to work with. Okay. B clients. I work with a lot of B clients, but you know what? To be a B client, you've got to at least be at a certain level. Okay. There's crap that I have to deal with B clients. I don't like working with that kind of crap, but I will deal with it because they pay my bills, right? So what happens when a client slips from A down to B and then from B down to quote unquote C? Well, in my mind, there's no such thing as a C client because here's the deal. You're either an A client, which is my priority, or you're a B client, which is, hey, I'll work with you, but you're not my priority, or you are a Y client. Y stands for, why the hell am I working for you? Okay? Yeah, a little play on words. We got the letter A, the letter B, and then we've got Y clients, which are the WHY type clients. And that is, I don't know why the hell I'm working for you. I'm going to stop working for you. I'm going to fire you. What does it mean to fire a client? Well, you can do it many different ways. You can do it dramatically. You can reach out and say, you're fired, damn it, and I'm moving on. You can not accept their reports anymore. You can jack your fees up sky high, knowing they're not going to send you any reports anymore. You choose how you deal with that, right? But here's the thing. I'm not going to work with Y clients. I'm not going to work with these AMCs that are just crap. These clients that are just crap. These people that are sending out these advertised orders all of the time. These people that are sending out orders for $250, $275, and they expect me to do a full appraisal for $275 when my standard fee is more like I think we're at $471 is our average fee right now, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to deal with that. How about a company that's going to pay me well, say $500, but they're a pain in the backside to work with? I'm not going to deal with that. That's a Y client. So, folks, when you hear me talk on this podcast, or if you're on the Appraiser Academy, or if you're in the Dream Team, or if you're in the All-Star Team, you'll hear me often talk about my A clients, my B clients, and I say my loosely, and Y clients. Okay, I will work very enthusiastically with A clients. They're the best to work with. B clients, I'll work with you, but just remember, I'm always keeping one eye open. I'm always watching. You know, what's that? Meet the Fockers, right? I'm watching you, right? People on the coach cam see what I'm doing here. I'm watching you. And if you slip down to that C level, you've now become a Y client. I'm going to fire you. As we close up today, folks, take a look at your client list. Ask yourself a question. In fact, I would actually take your client list and I would print it out. Yes, I'm paperless, okay? But do it. Print it out. This will be a good exercise. Print it out on a piece of paper. I know I'm going back into the Stone Ages. Put it on your table. Grab 3 markers, okay? A yellow one, a pink one, and a blue one. The yellow one is going to be your A clients. Mark all of those. Your pink one's going to be your B clients, okay? Mark them. Your blue client, it's blue because you're going to have a hard time seeing through it at this point, which is good. You don't need to. Mark them in blue. Those are Y clients. Fire them. However you choose to do it, fire them. Folks, please be in charge of your appraisal office. I get a lot of complaints from appraisers saying how crappy the world is. And my guess is that most of them are working for too many Y clients, or maybe even too many B clients. Focus in on those A clients. You can do a very good, productive, and profitable business working for A clients only, and maybe a higher volume when you choose to work for a few B clients as well. A clients, B clients, Y clients. It's what we talked about this morning in the Appraiser Academy. Again, if you want to join us for the Appraiser Academy, I highly recommend it. Great opportunity to move your business forward. Check it out by going to theappraisercoach.com. Just click on memberships. You will see there's 3 memberships there: the All-Star Team, the Appraiser Academy, and the Dream Team. Click on the Appraiser Academy. Join us. You can try it for 30 days free. Our next meeting is very soon. Check it out at Try It 30. Try It 30 will give you 30 days free that you can try it out and see if it's for you. Again, hope you'll join us. Thanks for joining me today. We'll catch you next time.